Hello and welcome to Me, the Wife and Wrexham AFC.
A weekly podcast and YouTube channel where we discuss all things Wrexham.
So sit back, put your feet up, relax and let's get stuck in.
Hello and welcome to episode 212 of Me, the Wife and Wrexham AFC. We have gained a few subscribers over the past few weeks.
We have.
So we would like to welcome you all you newcomers to the podcast. I'm Siân, I'm the wife, and this is my husband, Ryan. So welcome everybody.
Welcome. And to all of you who've been here for a few years, then you know us already. So
You
do. We need no introduction to you. Look, to all of the people watching us on YouTube, make sure you like, subscribe and hype the video because that massively helps us out. And comment if you want to get in touch. If you're enjoying this as a podcast, then why not leave us a 5-star review if that's not too much trouble. And you can click contact the show at the bottom of the description if you want to get in touch. We're on social media at Me The Wife Pod. You can email us, methewife and wrexhamafc@gmail.com, or you can send us a message on WhatsApp on 07386 11197. But pretty decent week for Wrexham, I think. Few controversial moments, I would say, as well. Wouldn't be Wrexham without them.
Yeah, exactly.
I mean, one which we're not really going to talk about is they released the new training gear, which I would say without the backstory would have polarised a few people anyway, because just from the look of it, I looked at it and thought, not really for me.
It looks better on, you know.
I've seen a few people say, actually, this is really nice.
I mean, I don't think I would buy it, but
no,
not a bit of me.
No, obviously it's covered in leaves.
Yeah.
Which I thought the fact that we use Ancestry as a sponsor for the training gear, I thought having leaves on it sort of made a little bit of sense to tie in with that, because the whole family tree thing. But it was nothing really to do with that. It was to do with some yew trees, famous yew trees that are located sort of on the fringes of Wrexham. A lot of people have pointed out that the leaves for yew trees look nothing like the leaves that are actually on the training kit. So that's been flying about a little bit. And I think it all comes back to I said we weren't going to talk about this. It looks like, for anyone who is new and you're wondering when we're going to start, that this is it. this is it. Yeah. So it a lot of, again, it's sort of like they come up with this whole backstory of why it's got these leaves on it. But no one's thought to check, maybe, should we just double check what the leaves of a yew tree, this whole story we've built around this training gear actually look like? And a lot of people said, well, they're not really leaves, they're sort of like needles sort of thing, not actually leaves. So the leaves on that are not yew tree leaves. So
to be honest, I wouldn't
know either.
I wouldn't know a yew tree if it smacked me in the face, if I'm honest.
Not a botanist.
No.
But is that the right word?
I think so, yeah.
We'll go with it. A treeist. I'm not a treeist, but a lot of people obviously do know what a yew tree is, and they're going, well, yeah, okay, the story's great, but that's not what it is. But anyway, let's move on.
I think it's triggered people a bit too much about leaves.
I think the thing that's triggered people is we've had over the last few weeks, and we're not going to go into all of the little,
if you're new here, go back a few episodes.
Yeah, there's lots of things that have happened where few people have questioned who at the club is signing this sort of stuff off. And, a lot of the time, I think it's a case of a quick Google of something would have gone, oh, actually, that's what we're saying isn't quite matching what we're doing.
Well, ask somebody that's Welsh.
Yeah. Well, it doesn't. Well, it depends on the scenario, but anyway, I think that's what's probably riled people.
Yeah.
It's for the people who are angry. It's maybe another thing for the list. For
This list is getting ever so long.
it is, and for a lot of people, it's like whatever. It's just a training kit with some leaves. But I do get why it's annoyed a few.
Yeah,
people.
if you're gonna do a backstory, get it right.
At least make it match up with the thing that you're actually talking about. Anyway, let's stop talking about leaves. We made a new signing this week.
We did.
It's quite an important signing.
This is also another controversial signing, isn't it?
It is a little bit, but before we get into it, it's Anthony Patterson. 26, goalkeeper. We've signed him from Sunderland. Obviously, the club have said undisclosed, but it's said to be 8.1 million is the actual story of what we've actually spent. Good chunk of money that we've spent on this guy. Parky actually gave him his senior debut when Parky was manager of Sunderland, which is a little bit weird because then it's come full circle and actually signed him now. He's taken the number 22 shirt. Now, on the face of it, a very good signing. It is a player that could play for us for a number of years.
Yes.
When Sunderland got promoted to the Premier League, they didn't feel that he was the right man to be their goalkeeper in the Premier League. They brought in Robin Royfs, and he became the number 1. They brought in somebody else. He ended up number 2 and then probably number 3. There was some arguments from a lot of people that they felt he could have made that step, and maybe they panicked a little bit and brought somebody else in who turned out to be a very good goalkeeper. But Anthony obviously got shunted down the pecking order a little bit. So there is an argument here that he could be our goalkeeper for the next 10 years. Now, I will add a caveat into here. That's exactly what we said about Arthur as well. And now, obviously, he's been ultimately replaced. So you said it's controversial. What are your thoughts about this before I descend into a monologue that lasts 10 minutes?
Oh God. I mean, the Arthur thing, he was our number 1 for a long time, and he did a great job. There's no denying that he did a great job. He's young, he's tall. It's a good attribute to have when you're a goalkeeper.
Of course it is.
Being tall. I feel like, I don't know. I think the club of.
Do you think? Okay, let me just ask you a question to get you rolling on this. Do you think we failed Arthur as a club?
Possibly,
in this scenario?
Possibly, yeah.
Okay.
I feel like they brought Danny Ward in. He started playing. He started being the number 1 choice. He got injured. They brought Arthur in. And he, like I said, he did a great job for us the time that he was doing it. But then, he made a few mistakes, and then Parky brought in Danny again. And sort of, I feel like he is being shunted, and I'm not 100% sure. I get that, yeah, he's made a few mistakes, and maybe he does need a little bit more time. But I just think the club have probably failed him, because when we bought him, hadn't he had like numerous offers?
Yeah. I'm
other clubs and that. Like
he did, yes.
But he decided to put his faith into Wrexham, and now we're sort of,
But when he did that, we were in League One. When he committed to us, we were in League One. The question of whether we as a club have failed Arthur is it's a strange one, isn't it? Because it's almost an impossible question to answer, and probably unfair question to answer, without getting some more information.
Yeah.
I think it comes down to how how are we trying to develop him as a person? Because there's a few different scenarios here. We're either trying to teach him the right things, but in the wrong way. So he isn't really getting it, because it's not just about what you're teaching somebody. It's about how are you teaching? You know, each person is individual. Like in any job, you know, people learn things in different ways. So we're either teaching him the right things, but in the wrong way. We are either teaching him the wrong things in the right way, the wrong things in the wrong way, and that all comes down to the club.
Yeah.
There is another scenario here where we're teaching him the right things in the right way,
And he's just not getting it.
and he's just not improving. Now, you would hope that as a professional football club in the Championship, it's the last one. Because you would hope that you have identified what he needs, you know what you're teaching him, you're doing it in the right way that suits the individual, but he's just not, it's just not clicking, and he's just not improving. A lot of people will say, look, that's down to age and he just needs time. We are a little bit of a victim of our success in a way, because, you know, everyone, owners, staff, players, want to continue that success.
Yeah.
Nobody wants to put the brakes on and I'd use the C word, consolidate. No one wants to do that. They're all professionals and they all want to kick on.
Yeah.
And so we are a victim of our success in a way, that we're going, right, okay, yeah, we've got a goalkeeper with great potential, but we need that now. And, you know, a lot of people sort of like, I noticed a few people that were quite surprised online that we bought in Anthony Patterson. I mean, what I would say to that is it's been a long time coming.
Yeah.
I mean, you know, you go back 12 months, start of the season, everyone's fit. Parky chose Danny. He had a choice between the two of them, both fully fit, and he chose Danny.
Yep.
Arthur, as you rightly said, Arthur only got in because Danny got injured. And then we're going into the last 6-7 games of the season. You know, the key time, we're pushing for the playoffs. Parky, for the first time in the season since that, has a choice again. And he goes back to Danny.
Yeah.
So this shouldn't be a shock to anyone.
No.
Because we've talked about this before. You know, Arthur, in his current state, is he the one that is going to, you know, lead us to the Premier League? Most people have said probably the way his development is now, possibly not. But then on the flip side of that, Danny's got lots of the attributes we need from a goalkeeper. But is he the one that's going to lead? And most people have sort of gone, probably not. So it shouldn't be a shock that we've gone out and spent £8 million on a goalkeeper that, regardless what everyone else thinks, Parky thinks is the one that is going to be, you know, that's able to take us forward as a goalkeeper. He is a great goalkeeper.
I feel like because you mentioned before that Parky gave him his senior debut at Sunderland when Parky was managing them, I feel like he's going to probably be our number one.
Of course he will.
Yeah, I mean, for 8.1 million or whatever.
You don't spend 8 million on a goalkeeper and then make him the number two, and then you're not spending that money at our level, bringing him in and then go, right, let's assess what we've got and work out who I want as number one.
He knows what he's got.
He knows what he's got. He knows who's going to be number one, and it's going to be him. Look, I think it's a good signing, and I think, as much as a lot of people said no, you know, we need to push on with what we've got because we've got some talent there.
Yeah,
I think this was the right decision.
Yeah,
in the you know, in the long term vision, whatever you want to call it, this is the right choice. Is it going to work? Time will tell. But he is tested and proven at this level. You know, we've seen over the last few days, lots of people sharing clips of him making saves at this level. I've watched a few clips of his distribution and command in the area and the things that perhaps...
Communication, is he good at communicating?
I don't know. That's hard to tell unless you're watching a game live because
it's only snippets, isn't it?
Yeah, it's very difficult to work out. But again, time will tell. But I suppose now, what does this mean? We've now got 4 goalkeepers. So we've obviously got Anthony, we've got Arthur, we've got Danny, and we've got Callum. You don't need 4 goalkeepers. So who's the one? Obviously, Anthony's not going to be one to go. So let's put that to one side. Danny, Arthur, Callum. Someone's got to go, and someone's going to go out of them 3. So what's your opinion on that?
Well, the sensible thing would be probably Callum, because he's not had any game time, really. But I suppose if they're going to sell them, who's going to give them the biggest sort of revenue or profit or whatever?
You say the sensible ones, Callum. I don't agree, really, because I think Callum spent a whole season...
Maybe not the sensible, but the obvious. I mean, the sensible probably one is Arthur, probably.
I get I get what you're saying. What you're saying is, right, you've got a tier. You've got number 1, number 2, number 3. You bring in a new number 1, everyone slides down, the one at the bottom goes. Yeah. And I think that's probably the case if you're in any normal job. If you're in any normal job, that is probably what happens. You bring someone new in, actually they're going to go right in at the top, everyone slides down, the one at the bottoms is probably going to go. Yeah, I get that. But we've got a goalkeeper there in Callum Burton that is very good. When he stepped in the past, he's done a job. He looked very good in pre-season. I haven't spoke to him, so I can't guarantee this, but he's obviously relatively happy being a number 3. So, you know, it's not really rocking the apple cart by keeping him as a number 3.
Yeah.
So so for me, it's either Danny or Arthur that goes. Now, without being horrible to Danny, he's pretty much built a career on being a number 2. You know, he's been a number 2 almost everywhere he's been. He obviously a little bit of time when he was at Leicester when Kasper Schmeichel left. He was number 1 for a season. But apart from that, he's been a number 2 pretty much everywhere he's been. Again, I haven't spoken to him, but I dare say he's relatively happy being a number 2 because that's what he's done most of his career. So the obvious one to me is Arthur. Yeah. He's got a year left on his contract. If you're going to... people are talking about a loan move. People are talking about selling. I would say loan with an obligation to buy would be a route if you're going to loan him out.
Yeah.
Otherwise, I think you've just got to sell him.
Yeah.
I would love Arthur as a number 2. Absolutely love Arthur as a number 2.
But maybe he doesn't. I don't think he wants that.
I don't think so either. And like I say, when you talk about how comfortable, we've got someone who appears to be comfortable as a number 2. We've got someone who appears to be quite comfortable as a number 3. And we've got someone who is young, ambitious, and wants to be playing all the time. That is the piece that doesn't fit in the puzzle for me. So as much as I would want Arthur to stay, I would probably try and cash in and get some money for him now.
Yeah.
Or, like I say, a loan with an obligation to buy. And it is sad. And we can't really answer the question as to whether the club have failed him because we just don't know.
No.
You know, like I said before, just to sort of recap, I would like to believe that the club are doing everything they can to make Arthur a better player.
And it's just not worked.
Yeah. That is what I would like to think. But there we go. Welcome to the club, Anthony.
Yeah. We'll see.
We will see.
We'll see.
But I think give it a few months And I think a lot of people will have forgotten about this scenario and will be more than happy with the goalkeeper that we're seeing week in, week out, in my opinion. As happens with a lot of players.
Yeah.
A lot of the time, people
Yeah.
are going, he's leaving? How do we replace him? No, I'm not having this new guy that's come in. Not having it. Not having it. Give it 2 months.
Shouting his name
Who
from the...
used to play there?
Yeah.
And
singing his name from the stands.
that is just football. That's the way
Very
it is.
fickle, isn't it?
Unfortunately, so look, a few rumours flying about
Talking of Arthur.
Talking of Arthur, so there was a rumour that Bolton are interested in a deal for Arthur. So how true that is, I don't know, but Bolton were rumoured amongst other clubs, but they were sort of heavily linked with him. Ryan Hardy's obviously gone.
On
loan for the rest of the season.
Yep.
He's gone to Bolton
Yep.
for the rest of the season. And then we obviously lost Lewis Brunt this week, who was actually sold. So that's a permanent deal. And he's gone to...
I think that was his decision to go. I don't think it was. Yeah.
And he's gone to Bolton as well. So
the way that we do things, it seems like last season or the season before, it was...
Yeah.
A lot of our players went to Burton Albion.
Yeah.
This season, the new team is Bolton.
Yeah. Yes.
So yeah, we're sending all our players to Bolton.
Yeah. A few Bolton fans are fuming. Got to be honest.
By who?
How have we ended up in a position where we're getting all Wrexham's cast-offs? Is the general thing that seems to be coming from a lot of Bolton fans. Look.
Hey, Sam Dalby's doing a good job for you, so...
Yeah, so shut up and get on with it.
Yeah.
But yeah, just to run through them, obviously we talked about Arthur, but Ryan Hardy going, not a huge shock, I don't think.
No, to be honest, I am surprised that he hasn't gone, sold.
Yeah,
but then I just...
Who's buying him, though? That's the problem.
Well, Bolton have got him on loan, haven't they? So
yeah, but I think... he's gone out on loan before. He didn't really light it up when he went out on loan. So maybe I would guess that's putting a few people off on actually, putting in an offer to take them permanently. Obviously, the best option is to loan them out at the moment. So yeah there we go. Well, how do you feel about Lewis Brunt going then? I'm
sad about Lewis, to be honest. I totally get why he's decided that he wants to go. But the games that he played for us, I thought he was really good.
He was great. And...
He was, and yeah, I feel, yeah, but I totally get it.
I do.
I totally get it.
He obviously played for a starter last season.
Yeah.
He was in. He got injured at Middlesbrough. It was a long-term injury, so he was out for a very long time. The unfortunate thing for Lewis Brunt is that the person who came in and replaced him was Callum Doyle, who was arguably one of, if not the best player that we had last season.
Yeah.
And so obviously once he was fit and back up to speed, it was impossible for him to get back in the team. And he, as an individual, probably recognised that he was going to be playing second fiddle to a player that potentially could be in our team for years and years to come, or potentially play at a high level. So, him, his agent, the club have probably taken that decision to go, look, you need to go and play football, because great player,
he is
good in the air, good with the ball at his feet, didn't mind sort of bringing it out of defence, everything you would want from a defender, in my opinion. Just unfortunate for him that we've got someone better, unfortunately. And I don't mean that in any sort of derogatory way, but there is somebody who is extremely talented playing in his position, that he is going to really struggle to overcome in that position. More rumours. Let's go through some more. Harry Souttar, I am not talking about him again. He has become more of a feature on this show than the quiz that we do. So I'm not talking about him. He had a bit of a stinker on the weekend, actually, Harry Souttar. Watched a little bit of the Notts County Leicester game. Not only did he play, but he was the captain. And so then I'm sort of thinking, are we going to take someone else's captain off them as well? But yeah, he had an absolute stinker. Ball come in for Notts County's goal. Ball come into the middle. He appealed for offside. The guy headed it. It came off the post. He was still stood still, appealing. It came back to a Notts County player. He's still appealing. And then he takes it round a defender, slots it in the bottom corner. Harry Suter doesn't move.
Is he still appealing?
He might still be there appealing now.
Yeah. He hasn't gone home.
It was a crazy thing. It's the whole play to the whistle thing. So yeah, I think I saw lots of Sheffield United fans who he's obviously linked with moving there, going, "Oh my God, we do not want him." Lots of Wrexham fans losing their head, going, "Oh my God, Harry Suter's had a mare here." So look, we will hold judgment. I keep saying this stuff. I'm not talking about Harry Suter, and then have a full conversation about Harry Suter.
Yeah, well.
Look, the two that probably came up this week. First one is Henrik Falkner. He is 23, central defender. Lots of rumours that we're still in for a central defender. So I think we're probably in for a central defender.
We need a striker.
Yeah, we'll come to that in a second. Central defender, he plays for Viking in Norway. Apparently, we've had an £8 million bid rejected. With the Suter-Falkner situation, it's probably either or. It's not going to be both. We wouldn't be bringing both of them in, so it's either or. Viking obviously play in Norway. They have qualified for the Champions League. Because they won their league last year, so they've got a Champions League campaign. They've got in the qualification rounds for that. Viking are very keen to hold on to their players to make a fist of the Champions League qualifications to try and get into the Champions League, because that obviously means big money. Yeah. So they're quite reluctant.
Hence why they rejected the 8 million from us, probably.
Potentially. That's the word on the street.
Potentially.
But, yeah. The other one is the striker that you feel that we need. That's Peter Christensen, 26, Danish striker, also at Viking. Also poses the same issues as Falkner does, in the sense of they're going into a Champions League campaign. They're very keen to hold on to all of their players. He scored the other day in Vikings' defeat to Rosenborg. So two players play for the same team. So Falkner was at the World Cup, played one game at the World Cup for Norway. Christensen wasn't. But you said we need a striker. How desperate do you think that is?
I don't necessarily think we're desperate, but I feel like, it's a tough one, because I know obviously Kiefer Moore is, Sam Smith, great. I've got no issues with Sam Smith, but I feel like Kiefer is just missing something for me.
For you personally?
For me personally, yeah. I can't put my finger on it, but it's just,
34 now as well.
Yeah.
His birthday the other day. Happy birthday, Kiefer. But 34 now.
Let's hope he's not watching.
After you just said that.
Yeah. There is something that is missing for me.
Very parky player though, isn't he?
He is a very parky player. But
we've got Bailey. We've got Bailey as well. You can't forget. You're talking about Sam and Kiefer like they're the only two options. We have Bailey as well, who can play as a striker. DKD can play as a striker as well. Played as a striker at his last club. So I know we've very much been.
I was just thinking, and who the hell is DKD?
We're obviously we've utilised Kilo Dunn and Kadamatri as sort of more like attacking midfielders in the pre-season, which I dare say they both did pretty well.
Yeah.
Bailey looks good. I got nothing wrong with it. I've got nothing bad to say about Bailey when he comes on. I think he's done. I think he's done a decent job. Don't know how many minutes he's potentially going to get in a full on championship season, but we'll have to wait and see. But we're in another scenario where you feel we need a striker. We bring a striker in. Who goes?
Yeah.
That's the next thing.
Yeah.
Because a lot of people have said maybe Kilo Dunn would go, but then that feels so unfair on him that we brought him in and we've barely utilised him or give him an actual shot at the championship.
Yeah.
If Bailey was to go out on loan, pretty much the same sort of thing. We brought this guy in to develop and move on and potentially he hasn't had any sort of crack at it whatsoever. It's always been either Kiefer or Sam, depending on the opponent, depending how we want to play. We want to lob balls up to the striker. Well, Kiefer's one of the best in this league at getting the ball down, shielding it off, and bringing other people into play. There's not many better at that style of being a striker in the championship than Kiefer. He's got years of experience at doing it. You want to play a couple of balls in behind and you want a striker that's going to spin off and potentially get a shot away, then you go with Sam. And you can mix that up and do what you want. But it's very much either or. It's not either or. We're not utilising the strikers that we've got. We're utilising two of them. So I don't know. It's there's a couple of weeks left in the window. Parky has clearly stated we need more.
Yep.
In his opinion, we need a couple more. So I expect to see more.
Yep. He said, hasn't he, that he hasn't finished yet.
Of course he has. And, it wouldn't be Parky if he didn't make at least one.
On the last day?
On the last day.
I hate that.
Yeah, I know. And
because the season's already started as well, hasn't it? And it's like, the whole gelling thing and all that sort of thing.
Yeah. The ones that come in later have tended to do better for us than the ones who've come in earlier over the last few years.
Okay.
You got to remember, as an example, Ryan Hardy was the first one through the door. And we all know how that turned out.
Yeah.
So, sometimes it takes a bit of time.
Yeah.
And maybe the ones that we take a little bit more time over are the ones that ultimately do better for us.
Yeah.
We will have to wait and see. Look, we talked about some changes on the podcast. If everything has gone well, then you'll be watching this on Sunday. If things haven't gone to plan, then we hope your Monday's gone very well. But another change. So we've had so many people. We've been holding off on this for a long time because we have lots of lovely people who listen to us, who use our Buy Me a Coffee facility to sort of support the show, and we are massively grateful. Lots and lots of people have said, is there a way that we can regularly support the show? So like on a monthly basis. There has always been a way that we could do this, but we've held off on doing that because to us it always felt like a subscription service when we went offering people anything, and it just didn't feel right to actually offer that. So we wanted to build something that the people who've been asking about supporting the show regularly could actually get something for that as well. So the very long-winded way of saying we are now on Patreon. You can sign up to us if you want, and we've tried to listen to you about. We've spoke to a few people about what they would want from a Patreon provided by me, the wife, and Wrexham AFC. So people have asked for ad-free episodes. So if you sign up to us on Patreon, you get ad-free episodes. You get early access to the weekly episodes. You also get access to a private members-only Discord where me and Sean will be on there. We can all chat as a community. You'll get access to that. And you also get an interactive video call with us before every home game. So one thing a lot of people have asked for, specifically the overseas fans, is they like the experience of feeling like they're involved on a match day. So we're going to do an interactive video call where you can chat with us. So as a group, anyone who signs up to this, as we're walking to the ground, you can have a chat with us. You can see all the other fans walking to the ground as well. So there we go. We are now on Patreon. If you want to sign up to that, you can do. It is patreon.com/me, the wife, and Wrexham AFC. That is patreon.com. Because a few people are going, how do you spell it? So it's patreon.com/me, the wife, and Wrexham AFC. That's on the screen if you're watching us on YouTube. There is also a link in the description on the podcast and on YouTube if you want to sign up to that. We're quite excited about it because, we think it'll be. We think
it'll be good.
I think it'll be really good.
But yeah, we could be walking to the ground with nobody,
Alone.
talking to nobody. But you know.
Yes. So if that's your bag, check that out. Look, we've got a game tomorrow.
We are so excited.
First game of the season.
Yeah.
Look, everyone's already played.
I know.
Well, pretty much. We're obviously, it's Sunday. There's a few games. There's a few games still to go. We are the last game of the weekend on Monday night.
We're playing Cardiff.
We are playing Cardiff.
So, as Ryan said, it's the first game of the 26-27 season. Let's go. So it's on Monday the 17th of August, which is obviously tomorrow. It's at 8 p.m. and it's at the Cardiff City Stadium. It's 148 miles away, ground to ground, which is about 3 hours 30. Depending on traffic and all that jazz. The nickname the Cardiff nickname is the Bluebirds. They finished second in League One last season on 91 points. So they had 27 wins, 10 draws, and 9 losses. They reached the quarterfinal of the League One Cup after beating us on the.
Say that again.
They reached the quarterfinal of the League Cup.
Yeah.
What did I say?
The League One Cup.
Did I? Did I?
Yeah.
Okay. Sorry, the League Cup after beating us in the 4th round. Boo.
Absolute. It was absolutely our worst performance of the season. We were absolutely atrocious in that game. Awful.
Before that, we beat them 9-8 on penalties in the FAW Premier Cup in 2004.
That is a disgusting way
I don't know
to
why
say
I
the
said
league.
it like that.
2004.
2004, sorry. I've never said it as 2004 before.
I'm not sure anyone has.
Like you say 2012, don't you?
You do.
2010, 2011.
I've never heard anyone saying 2004.
Yeah. I'm sorry.
Yeah.
Last league games, we lost home and away in the 01-02 season in the old 2nd Division, which is now League One. Their manager is Brian Barry Murphy.
You didn't like him, did you?
No.
Do you remember he was the Jack in the Box manager that was
Yeah,
on
I
the
didn't
side?
like him, and I'm not going to probably like him again.
No. Was
yeah,
it the energy that he brought?
It was just too much.
Yeah. Yeah, it was a bit, wasn't it?
Yeah, and I think he got your dad a bit irate because I'm sure your dad shouted at him to get in his box about 1,000,000 times. So that sort of got my goat a bit. The fact that you're stressing out my father-in-law. So, yeah. Can we rein it in a little bit, Brian? The championship predictions are everywhere at the moment, and most have got Cardiff finishing between 14th and 18th.
Roughly. I think there's one who've got them 12th. That I've seen.
Yeah.
Predominantly, I am very much generalising here, but most people have them somewhere between 14th and 18th. I don't know. I think sometimes promoted teams can surprise you. When they've been on a absolute roll the season before, if they can carry that energy forward. We watched Middlesbrough Lincoln on Saturday. Lincoln did really well. They were very up against it. They obviously succumbed in the end. They were 1-0 up for a long period of time. 2 goals from Middlesbrough, 1 right at the end, and they lost. But yeah, I don't know. It's a difficult one. This game, I don't think it comes down to form or anything. This is North versus South Wales. End of, so it doesn't really matter who's the better team or anything. It doesn't, we could be in different leagues. It really doesn't matter when it comes to things like this. South Walians will want to put North Walians in their place, and vice versa. So it doesn't really matter. Predictions. What are you going for?
I'm going to go for like a really boring 1-1.
You're going 1-1.
I feel like we'll get some points, but if we get 3 points, amazing. But yeah, am I going to go 1-1?
I don't know.
Do you know what? I'm going to go 2-1.
It's disgusting, because I was going to do that. I've got a feeling. Okay, I'll be honest. I've got a feeling we lose this. Yeah,
So why were you going to go 2-1 then?
Because I'm never going to put a prediction in that with a Cardiff win. Of course I'm not. But I do have a horrible feeling that we don't come out of this with what we want. We will have to wait and see. That being said, I'm going to go 1-0 Wrexham. Because I just can't bring myself to do anything other than that. But this is going to be tough. This is really going to be tough. First game of the season, everyone's up for it. And to play someone like Cardiff at home, back in the Championship, North versus South Wales, as I said, it's right up there with one of the worst first games of the season we could have had.
Yeah, Sky knew what they were doing though, didn't they?
It wasn't up to Sky, but who the fixtures. But look, I don't.
I meant put it on the telly.
Yeah, I get you. But I think this is No, I'm going to say it's the worst opening day fixture we could have had.
100%. And the fact that it's away as well on a Monday.
Yeah.
When
everything makes it the worst possible scenario.
Yeah.
Not for Cardiff, they're at home.
Yeah.
And they'll really fancy this.
Yeah, the first game.
For me personally, this is the worst possible opening day fixture.
The first game of last season was away, wasn't it, as well?
Well, maybe we'll find something out about that shortly. So, we will wait and see.
Okay.
Just hold that thought.
Okay, I'm excited.
Look, let's have a quick chat. We're talking about an away game. There's statements come out this week from the club about away tickets. Once again, as normal, has riled a few people. So, club statement: the away ticket purchasing process will remain the same as last season. With one important change.
So it's not saying the same.
So not the same then.
What a total contradiction that sentence is.
Away tickets will not go on general sale. Therefore, all supporters wishing to purchase away tickets must hold either a season ticket or membership. Away tickets are non-refundable and non-transferable. We appreciate that unforeseen circumstances can occasionally arise. If your circumstances change after purchasing an away ticket, we would encourage you to contact the ticket office as early as possible so that the fan services and ticket office teams can review the situation and provide guidance where appropriate. It says they're non-refundable and non-transferable, so what's the point in... I find that another complete contradiction. But contact us early and we'll see what we can do. Well, that's...
Maybe that's just a gesture and they're not going to do anything.
No idea.
I think unless you're dead, I don't think they're going to care, to be honest.
Away tickets will be distributed in line with the relevant host club's ticketing process. Depending on the fixture, clubs may provide physical tickets, digital tickets or print-at-home tickets.
Who has print-at-home tickets these days?
I think generally they're usually when you got a QR code, so you just have them on your phone. I think that's the general gist. Where physical tickets are provided by the host club, postage charges will apply. These tickets cannot be collected from either club's ticket office and will be dispatched directly to supporters. A little bit to unpick from this. So first, what's your opinion on them not going on general sale and you have to be a member or a season ticket holder? What do you feel about that?
I think it's a bit icky, I think.
Yeah.
You know, because I just think it's a bit I can't think of the word. That's why I said icky.
No, it's the exact word that I had in my head, so I wouldn't worry about that.
Yeah, it's a bit icky. I just think it's...
I think the thinking process here is probably, if we do this, it's going to drive up memberships.
But that's already causing annoyance because you've got God knows how many members, but not enough tickets for those members. So you're making money off people where they haven't got a hope in hell of getting a ticket.
I think they're hoping it will drive up memberships, but I think ultimately what it's going to do is drive down away attendances, because I think there'll be people out there who'll go, I'd go to Southampton away.
Yeah.
I'd go to Portsmouth.
Yeah.
You'll have fans who live in London who'll go, I'll make the short trip down. To one of these games. Yeah, I'll do that. I've got to pay a membership on top just to get one ticket.
Just for that.
There was a story I saw online where somebody wanted for a home game, as an example. I know we're talking about away tickets now. For a home game, last game of the season, somebody wanted to give their friend their ticket for the Middlesbrough game, but obviously they couldn't because he wasn't a member. Okay, he had to buy a membership so that he could transfer his ticket to him, and then his membership expired 6 hours later because it was the end of the season. Now, look, you can make your own mind up about how you feel about that. I'm not a huge fan of not putting away tickets on general sale.
It's been done for years, hasn't it?
I think I may well be proved wrong, but I think you're putting us in a position where you're possibly going to reduce the number of fans that you're going to see at an away game. Possibly. You'll have to wait and see about that. I don't know. The fact that they're no longer allowing you to pick up tickets from the ticket office,
just lazy, I think.
That's just insane.
Yeah.
So you're forcing us now. Look, in the grand scheme of things, paying postage on tickets is it's not huge, but why can't we just pick them up? I really don't get it. I think it's obviously some sort of cost of how much it costs them to have the ticket office open, to have to sort all the ticket, all that sort of stuff. I generally I don't know what the reason behind it is. I find it a bit insane. And I think
add that to the list.
We will add that one.
This list is going to be like a scroll by the time we finish this season, I reckon.
It is indeed. Look, just a quick point before we move on. Where's the third shirt?
I have no idea.
Where is the third shirt? Why hasn't the third shirt?
Why
been
hasn't the
released?
Lincoln shirt come out yet?
The what?
Looks like the Lincoln badge, doesn't it?
Leighton Orient.
Oh yeah, the Lincoln's an imp, innit?
It is, yeah.
Whatever. Anyway, I don't know.
Cut. Right, let's pretend that never happened. Where's the third shirt?
I don't know, Ryan. I'm not saying
you're not saying anything. All right, like you're gonna.
Because I know this is not going to get cut out, so I'm not going to say it again.
Of course it's not.
I don't know. It's weird.
It's insane.
We've got people overseas wearing it.
Right, look, everyone knows, right, I love fans from all around the world, right, and we have so many Americans who listen to us, and, messages all the time, and we have regular interactions and comments.
Yeah.
But why are you getting the shirt before we
I
are?
suppose they have to have something, don't they? They can't get to games regularly, so
I find that insane, though.
if it was a really nice shirt, I'd be really peeved, but I'm not that bothered, so I don't actually care.
In America, they've had it for a week. And there is still no mention of it being
Is
released.
it still online?
Yep.
Oh, yeah, have you checked?
Such a weird scenario,
It
right?
is a
That
weird scenario.
Dicks have released it early, and then the club haven't gone, you need to remove that because we haven't actually released it in the city, town where the club is actually based. Oh, in the club shop, our actual club shop in this town. We haven't released it yet. So the fact that they've released it in another country, I find insane.
And also, the season starts tomorrow.
I had no issue with it going out early.
No.
No issue. If, like, let's say, Dick's put it out early. Dick's Sporting Goods put it out early, right? And we were like, oh, America have got it. And then a couple of days later, we've got it. No one will care. This has rumbled on for over a week now. And it's like, where the hell is this third shirt? But anyway, who knows?
At least we know it's not going to change because obviously they can't allow people in America and what have you to buy it. And then they go, oh, actually,
We're going to change it.
we're going to change it. So
I know.
you're going to have to fork out another whatever.
Such a weird scenario.
Add that to the list.
Add it to the list. Look, for anybody who is into Fantasy EFL, we do have our own league. I'm not going to start going through who's top and all that just yet. Let's give it a week or two. But if you do want to join, the code to join our league is MEWIFE26, MEWIFE 26. Join the league. We've got loads of people in there already. Really happy to have seen that's filled up.
Is Alfie in it?
No. If you want to join, if you're watching on YouTube, that's on the screen for you. If you're listening as a podcast, just look in the description. It's in there for you. Look, we have another game coming up on Saturday. It's our first home game of the season.
3 o'clock kickoff as well.
3 o'clock kickoff. Absolutely
Probably
banging.
the only one that we've got this season, I think.
Probably the only one till Christmas that we've got. 3 o'clock on a Saturday. It's against Watford. What will be returning for this season will be our pre-game previews. Not pre-game previews, our game previews. Let's get this right, because this is sort of advertising, isn't it, really? And I'm sort of messing it up. Should we cut that one? Cut that one. Edit that out.
If you edit that out, I'll be so angry.
I don't edit anything out.
No, you don't, to be fair.
Look, this warts and all in it. This is what we are. So yeah. Look, I don't know what's going on with my mic now. My mic's having an absolute meltdown. Right. Sorry.
Welcome to the show, everybody.
Yeah. So all the newbies. Yes.
This is us.
This is what it is.
This is us.
Look, our preview game. Whoa, what is it?
Our game review. Our game preview.
Our game previews will return for the new season the night before every league fixture. So we will talk a little bit more in depth about Watford Friday at 8 p.m. So join us on YouTube. It's a YouTube only. So if you listen as a podcast, make sure you go across to YouTube, subscribe to us on there. Friday night, 8 p.m, we will talk more in depth about Watford on Saturday. But as we are here, you're obviously very excited.
I can't wait.
About the first home game.
I can't wait.
Feels like a very long time.
It always does, though.
Since we've been at the Racecourse.
Yeah, and the fact that the season for us starts tomorrow.
Yes.
I feel like it's just, I don't know. I'm excited about the Cardiff game because, football's back.
Season's obviously starting a week later than normal anyway because of the World Cup. So I just think it feels like it's
possibly
been a lot longer.
Yes, very excited. Cannot wait.
Do you want to do your prediction now?
For Watford?
Yes.
I'm going to go 2-2 again. 2-1, sorry, again.
2-1?
Yeah, I feel...
Okay. I am going to go. What am I going to go? I'm going to go. I'm going to go 2-0 Wrexham.
2-0 Wrexham.
Why not? Right, before we move on, we have time to do this. Oh, what's happened here? Oh no, we haven't got the music hasn't kicked in for some reason. Why hasn't that happened? Oh no. Right, it's time for Welsh Word of the Week.
Welsh Word of the Week. Welsh Word of the Week. Welsh Word of the Week. Welsh Word of the Week. That was similar.
I don't know. Yeah, I like it. I don't know what happened there, but we have no music. We will Ryan will endeavour to fix that for next week. Siân, what is our Welsh word of the week this week?
Dechrau.
Try again.
Dechrau.
It's dechrau.
Oh, do you know what? I always get that. Like, you could be an I and yeah.
Have another go.
No.
What? Do it again.
Dechrau.
Very good. Yeah, see? You don't have to be scared of the Welsh language. We are promoting the Welsh language here. So, dechrau is our Welsh word of the week this week. What does that mean? Come on.
Season?
No, it doesn't. Well, dechrau means...
I recognise the word, but I cannot think.
it means start or begin. So, as we've sort of tried to teach on a few times on this podcast, the Welsh language has less words. So it can mean begin, it can mean start. But it felt quite apt with the season coming up. So your Welsh word of the week this week is dechrau. Look, if you would like to support the show, you can do so in a few different ways. Like, subscribe, hype the video if you're watching on YouTube. It is completely free. If you enjoy the podcast, why not leave us a 5-star review on whatever platform you listen on. That is also free. You can super thank us on YouTube on our weekly episodes, or you can buy us a coffee, and you do that by visiting buymeacoffee.com/me-the-wife. And we are obviously now on Patreon, and that is patreon.com/me-the-wife and Wrexham AFC. Yeah. So, oh God, it's all going wrong here now. Quick shout out for Dragon Chat. It is a mental health peer support group. They run 2 weekly Zoom calls. One is on a Monday at 8 p.m. and that is for women. The other is Thursday at 7 p.m. and that is for men. There is a link in the description. Click that and it'll give you all of the information you need about Dragon Chat if you want to get on them calls. It's quiz time, Siân. You mentioned earlier, didn't you? You had started talking about the first game of the season last season. Mm-hmm. So this week's quiz is first game of the season.
Okay.
So it's actually out of 10 this week.
Crying out loud.
You will see why. I'm going to go through the first games of the season in the last 5 seasons. Okay. I will tell you the opponent. You tell me if we won, drew, or lost. And that will be for 1 point. If you then tell me the score...
Oh, no.
That is for another point.
Not going to happen.
We will see. But it's out of 10. Are you ready?
Yes.
21-22, Solihull Moors away. You have to rack your brains a little bit for this because it's...
1.
Score.
I don't know, 1-0.
1-0. No, we drew 2-2. I think that was Paul Mullin's first goal for the club. But yeah, there we go. 2-2. No points. Number 2, 22-23, Eastleigh at home.
1. 2-1.
Very good. We did win 2-1. That was Elliot Lee's debut. When he came off the bench, we were 1-0 down. He scored 2, and we won that game.
Good old Elliot Lee.
Well done. 2 points, Siân. Number 3, 23-24, MK Dons at home.
Lost.
Yeah.
Was it ridiculous, like 5-0 or something like that?
Is that what you're going with?
Yeah.
We did lose, but it was 5-3. So that's a point that you've got there. So that's 3 out of 6 so far. Number 4, 24-25, Wycombe Wanderers at home.
Lost 1-0 to Wycombe Wanderers.
Okay. No, we won 3-2. That was when Jack Marriott scored that goal of the season.
I can't remember what I did last week, let alone bloody...
It's surprising how little you remember. I've got to be honest.
My memory, I remember all silly things,
Yeah.
but not things that are important.
I would argue.
Or actually,
I'm not sure how important.
Other way round.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Sure how important this is, but anyway. Number 5, 25-26, Southampton away.
Lost.
Yep.
I want to say 1-0.
Do you?
No, did we? I can't even remember. Oh no, we scored 2-1 to Southampton.
We did lose 2-1, so we went 1-0 up. Josh Windass scored a penalty.
We got dead excited, didn't we? And
Yeah.
Alfie was just like, what?
And then they scored 2 right at the death.
Yeah.
So there we go. 5 out of 10. I would argue that's not too shabby. Although, I am quite surprised you can barely remember anything. You were at most of them games. But there we go.
If we lose games,
They're stricken from the
Well,
memory.
no, to be honest, every time we have a game,
Yeah.
I move on to the next.
Yeah, that's fair enough.
So yeah.
Look, thank you very much for joining us. Make sure you join us this Friday, 8 p.m, when we discuss Watford. I was going to say something else. When we discuss Watford in a little bit more detail. We hope you've enjoyed the show. And we'll see you again next week. Bye-bye.
Bye.